Michael Jackson sat in the courtroom, his eyes scanning the faces of everyone around him. All eyes were on him, every movement he made, every word he spoke. Among the accusations, the most prominent one was that you stole your music from others. But Michael had always known how to create music from his own voice and emotions. Whether on stage, in the studio, or at home, his music was always shaped by his heart. This accusation was threatening his entire career, but more importantly, to accept it would mean destroying the very soul of his art. The atmosphere in the courtroom was tense. Everyone was waiting impatiently for the first word to be spoken. Michael sat beside his lawyer, his posture calm but focused. The silence in the room was broken by the judge's stern voice. Defendant Michael Jackson, there are serious allegations that your music was stolen from others. Please present your defense. Michael took a deep breath, looking at the judge and the crowd before him. For a moment, he thought about how, even at the peak of his career, he never imagined being in this situation. But now was the time to defend his art. Your Honor, Michael began, his voice calm, yet filled with unspoken emotion. Throughout my life, music has been a form of expression for me. It's a way for me to communicate my feelings and emotions freely. I've never stolen from other artists. I've only ever drawn inspiration from my own life and experiences. Every song is a reflection of a moment, a feeling, a story. Michael's eyes locked with the judge's, the tension thick in the air. For a brief moment, the room fell silent. The judge waited, contemplating his words. Michael continued, "Yes, I am an artist, and like any artist, I have been influenced by others. But being influenced is not the same as copying. Music is about sharing. It's about inspiration. Many artists can be influenced in different ways, and you can hear it in their music. But that doesn't mean it's stealing." The crowd listened intently, sensing the sincerity in Michael's voice. The judge, however, was not finished. But the research shows that there are significant similarities between your songs, particularly Billie Jean and Smooth Criminal. How do you explain these claims? Michael's face grew more serious, but he remained calm. He responded with confidence, "Your Honor, yes, there may be similarities, but I don't see that as plagiarism. The evolution of music is a constant process. Every artist adds their own touch, and sometimes, consciously or unconsciously, they explore similar themes. But this doesn't question the originality of a piece. What matters is the emotion and the meaning behind it." The room was still as everyone absorbed Michael's words. The judge took a moment to reflect on what had been said and then asked another direct question. "But what about the claims made by music critics and theorists? They have pointed out the similarities in melody and rhythm. How do you defend that?" Michael's expression became more intense, but his response remained steady. "I respect those claims, but music critics can sometimes limit their view of art. They might set the rules of what is considered music, but music itself is an emotional journey. Emotions cannot be confined to any rulebook." There was a shift in the atmosphere. The crowd was beginning to feel Michael's sincerity and passion for his craft. The judge, sensing the impact of Michael's words, paused for a moment before speaking again. "Mr. Jackson, you have carved an unmatched place in the music world, and like any artist, your creative process is unique to you. Your defense is noted, and it seems that your music is a reflection of your inner world, one that cannot simply be copied." The court finds Michael Jackson not guilty. When Michael heard those words, he felt a sense of relief. His eyes welled up, but he smiled. After years of hard work and being misunderstood, he had finally been defended correctly. In the courtroom, everyone could feel the respect for him and his art.